Hey, what's happening, gamers? It's Kwing here, holding up traffic as always as RoboCop. This is Sunday Drive, the audio podcast. Welcome if you're new. My cat's here as well.
Tink says welcome.
Yeah, and I have a new car. I don't know what rank I am as a police officer, but I have a interesting life chat for all of you today.
Yay, an interesting last couple weeks.
Yeah, and those of you that are interested, I can't really get into a lot of details, but the Knightwing 01 channel is coming back. It's being reimagined, I want to say, and we're getting help from a friend who is pretty awesome as an artist, and that's all I can say, but you can thank him for the brand new thumbnail that you saw. So, and we also have stuff happening on the Kwings Let's Play channel, but
he is mystery for now.
Yes.
Mystery man.
I was unable to bring my PS4 with me when I went to visit my grandparents, so that's why the Destiny series stopped. I did not rage quit where like, this isn't getting enough views, I'm not doing this. My PS4 would not. I didn't want to bring it because it's too new a system, and I was down at my grandparents a lot longer than I anticipated.
Spent more time with them.
We needed to. We're also, just so you know, this is like a pit stop for us because we're going back to New York Friday night, unless we can get Hyrule Warriors early, and then we'll be leaving probably Thursday or whenever. But we'll be doing Disney Infinity because we were supposed to get it early, but it didn't happen. We're a little bummed about that, but not much.
So we're traveling a lot this month.
Yeah, so it's like vacation month for the us.
The Kwings, whoever we are.
But we plan on doing some filler content like Earth Defense Force and some other stuff that Amber loves. And we'll of course be doing Disney Infinity 2.0 on the Knightwing or the Kwings Let's Play channel. And we'll also be doing Smash Brothers, which some of you probably didn't know we're doing that.
Yeah! Check it out.
And Hyrule Warriors will be Friday, and hopefully we'll get to do a what is video or something else.
Woot! Yeah, we have to constantly tell people what we're doing because our feeds are really bad.
Yeah, so check our socials,
Please.
and then you know when we're going on vacation or whatever. All our socials is in the description.
Our socials have so many less followers than YouTube, so if you are a subscriber on any of our YouTube channels, chances are you're not following the Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Basically Twitter. If you follow Twitter, that's going to be really good. And if you want to be like all warm fuzzy and be really nice, then you can follow Facebook, but that's for warm fuzzy stuff. Follow Twitter for some really important
warm fuzzies to car accidents.
Yeah.
So I guess the biggest thing that happened to us is some of you know the last time we did our podcast, we were talking about how we got the new car, and we took the new car on the biggest road trip that we've done so far. We did 1,000 miles, or I think it was more like we just put 1,000 miles into it. So
we
I
must
think
have had a few
it was
miles
like 500
before. Yeah.
We did a 500-mile trip from New York to Pennsylvania and back and things like that.
We did. Yeah, we went. You drove from New York to Pennsylvania. Near the Poconos, and then you drove all the way from Pennsylvania back to Massachusetts.
So we went through Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and then came to Mass. So, but it was a very long trip, and the reason it was so long, I'm gonna rant a little bit just so people know, because I still have car lag.
I like Sunday Drive rants.
Is that a word? Car lag? Can I go with that? It is now. Okay. So we were in the car a very long time. We drove to Amber's aunt, which we haven't seen in a wicked long time.
Yeah.
And
I was so thankful that Luke did.
Yeah, I did. I won husband points for that.
He did good. You got lots of brownie points. I would virtually hug you right now, but actually no, I can virtually hug you.
Yeah,
virtual hug.
Virtual hugs work.
Then I don't mess up your gameplay. But yes, continue.
I don't think there's anything you can do that can mess up the gameplay any more than what's happening right now.
There are things.
Oh, there are things.
Sorry.
Okay. Can I go through this?
I virtually.
Whoa! I'm redecorating. Look at me.
Whoa!
Look at me. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we went there, and I hadn't seen my aunt in quite a few years.
9 years.
My aunt is so sweet, and I didn't get a chance to see my uncle because he was still working late from the city and stuff like that. But I really, my aunt is a lot like me, and we're related by blood, so it's like we're kind of very similar.
So you're like Belmonts.
We have, so we have very similar interests, which I don't know that many people that are anything like me. So it's like, it's one of me, it's one of my own kind. So I'm sorry. I probably just freaked my aunt out if she's watching. I'm sorry. I love you.
No, now I have to wait another 9 years to to see.
No, we're probably gonna come by in a few weeks again and see them actually. But we got to
unless what happened to us Friday night happens to us again. Then I'm not making any lengthy trips.
Luke made a tremendous sacrifice actually for that, to see my aunt, because what happened afterwards was like, it was so terrible. I thought we were being cursed.
We're doing the build up for that. All right, so
even the moon was weird that night.
Friday was a blood moon. I believe.
Actually, I don't know if it was.
It was weird. It was orange.
After we were done with the trip, the moon looked normal again.
Yeah, that was weird. So I felt like maybe it was a troll moon.
I think the night was just cursing us, just personally. Or something. It looked like the Cheshire Cat smile, you know?
Yeah.
And I wonder
it was pretty weird.
I wonder if the Cheshire Cat was there.
So anyway. I was making good time. We left Amber's aunt's like around 9:15, 9:30, and it was gonna take us 2 hours to get back to New York, like where my grandparents are. And I forget what road we were on. I think it was 287 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I made good time. I got us to New York in about an hour.
We were gonna get home in like 3 hours. We were like, let's do this.
Yep.
We have a new
traffic, new car.
This car can take it.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. It's happening.
Panthro.
Yeah, Panthro's the car. So we were even blasting the Thundercats music.
Da, 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 da. Okay,
no,
I can't sing it.
I have no idea what melody that just was. That's not.
That was my interpretation of the song. I don't know.
No, never again. So yeah, we're doing the Thundercats music on the highway.
Whatever it was, not what I did.
Not what Amber did. No. Yeah. No, never again.
Yeah. So and our car was roaring.
Yeah, the car does roar when it hits the good speeds.
I'm sorry, I spelled Panthro wrong in one of the posts, so I know it's
that was pretty funny.
Panthro.
Noob.
Okay, anyway.
Panthro noob. Panthro noob. So we're coming back to New York. We're just right by White Plains and getting near Connecticut. And we came into our first move into the left lane, and we're kind of looking at each other. Okay, it's gonna be like 5 minutes of construction, and it was like in New York. It wasn't bad. It was like right when you got on I-95 near the end of New York or whatever, or on New York. I don't know. There was a little bit of traffic. It wasn't too bad, It was. We were going 45 from like 70 or 80.
Yeah, but still, we
were doing fine.
Construction
and we were able to stop to eat or whatever and did stuff. But when we got into Connecticut, not even halfway through Connecticut, that's when it started to get bad.
Connecticut. I shake my fist at you. You owe me so much gas money for sitting.
I know.
Nothing.
We should have done a park and ride to your aunt, but we understand why our relatives who, they live in the New York, Pennsylvania area and things like that, and they tell us why I-95 is a parking lot. It's because it's a parking lot.
Yeah.
It is a parking lot that is open 24 hours a day. They do not stop their road construction, ever.
Yeah.
All year round, all the time, 24 hours a day.
Even in the middle of the night.
Yep.
In the middle of the night. Who would be working at 1 in the morning? Like in the freezing cold, it was 52 degrees outside. It said because our car
has the thermostat thing. Yeah,
52 degrees. It is pitch black. Who would I don't know who would take that job. I guess if they paid enough.
I'm still wondering why there were so many people on the road at 2 a.m.
There were so many people. Well, so many semis.
Yeah, there were a lot of semis. And Luke
was like, oh my gosh, why were there so many semis? I was like, because they can't get through the normal traffic probably.
Yeah.
This is probably so they can get where they need to go. I was like, they're probably so mad because they're going to miss their deadline for dropping off whatever they have to drop off.
Yes.
How many of those did we hit? I mean, it was
there were so many. Oh, you mean the construction zones? Yeah. I mean, we actually vlogged at one point because it was kind of like
have to upload that.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny vlog. Well, I mean, it's funny because I'm losing it.
You have the crazy.
And I have the crazy eyes, wild and crazy eyes. But that wasn't even the really bad construction that we hit. I mean, that was the one where in that vlog, like shortly after that we did that thing. Sorry folks, I'm smelling something weird. I think our neighbors are doing something crazy.
Yeah, I think they're cooking something weird.
Yeah, but yeah.
Sorry, Kevin.
It's a total distraction. I lost my train of thought.
Man, you totally did lose it. Okay, you were talking about, oh my gosh.
Well, you're not helping. Okay, so no, we're doing the vlog, and things are getting kind of crazy because of everybody's stuck here on the road, and the smart people are actually getting off the road because that's like the last exit that's not totally blocked off. Because they said for like the next 4 exits, everything's going to be blocked off. So I
saw a semi.
Yeah, there was a semi that actually backed up.
Like, not just a little bit, but like
it took up the entire right lane that had all the cones. So he was backing up over the cones.
Running over cones and everything. They were like, "I am out of here!" Like people were just getting out of line, and then I don't know. It had a sign there that said "Do not leave" or whatever, and it was just like everyone was just leaving. They didn't even care because it was just like, I'm going to be here all night. I told Luke, I was like, those are the smart people. We're the lemmings. I was like, let's get off the road.
Lemmings. So we
were the lemmings.
Well, here's the thing. We
didn't want to get lost.
If we get off the road, our GPS was so kind to us in the sense that it will re-navigate you back to where you need to go. Meaning it will bring you back to the same road that you were originally on.
It won't navigate you in a different way.
No.
To where you need to go. It will navigate you backwards to the highway you got off.
It is kind enough to tell you that there is a traffic jam, there's a storm or whatever, but it is not kind enough to tell you that there's an alternate route.
I know, but there's probably a way to reconfigure
There probably is, but I'm not GPS.
So
I don't speak GPS.
We're learning our GPS. Hal wasn't very nice to us that day.
No.
And yes, I call my car Hal because
it's a lady and it talks. It's a woman's
voice and it speaks to me and
all
it's
the
a
time.
car and it freaks me out.
Do you talk back to it? Actually, you do.
No, you do.
You do talk back to it, which is fine.
Yeah. So basically, we were totally losing it after the 3rd or 4th or 5th construction site. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
Well, at least we weren't as crazy as that one guy who I think he got arrested.
Oh yeah, there was right as we were coming into Rhode Island. The whole reason that they were doing construction on one area, like why everybody was rubbernecking, there was this guy who they had like this massive tow truck. And his brand new car was like a SUV or like some type of, I think it was an SUV. It was being towed away. And the guy's sitting inside the cop car, like, because he got arrested. We don't know what he did. Maybe he just was like, I'm not sitting in traffic anymore, screw this.
I think he just tried to drive over the construction.
I think that's what he...
All the bumpy stuff that they were working on.
But the reason why we were at the really long one... one of the ones later, like near the border of Rhode Island or in Rhode Island, is because that guy went over the cones and they were actually repaving where he was because they still had the tire treads because it was brand new pavement that wasn't done.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So he obviously didn't want to wait, and because of him, the rest of us, we all had to wait.
Here's to you, Dad.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that guy's not getting a fruit basket.
No, I'm not.
He's gonna get something from me, but it's not gonna be a fruit basket.
But we were really losing it. Like I was like, if I find the person responsible for this construction,
there's gonna be a riot.
I was like, yeah. There's gonna be some
there will be blood.
Exactly. I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to get too gory. But yes,
that's a Knightwing 1 channel. What are you worried about?
I did. I was at one point. I remember when everyone was starting to all the cars seemed to be kind of twisting out of line, trying to see where they were, and they were getting people were obviously getting really ornery because it was just after 4 stops where you were a complete standstill for 20 or 30 minutes where it's just all your gas is being wasted. Literally we had to go to we should have gotten on we should have been able to go on less than 1 tank of gas. We had to fill our gas tank up several times. It was just so annoying.
I wasn't.
Talk about these all these new safety things on these cars that are supposed to conserve gas so we don't pollute and things like that. What? The same government that does that is the same government doing construction where people are stopped in line. Come on.
2 a.m.
This is a travesty or whatever. I don't know.
It is a travesty.
It's terrible.
I'm not paying for this.
This is terrible.
My tax money's not going to this.
I want to write my, state and be like, you owe me.
Yeah, they're not.
You owe me $50 or $40 in gas for staying in still and just sitting there.
Yeah, they're not going to do it.
And you owe it to everyone who is sitting there. This So anyway, there's my rant.
I'm sorry, the smell is very distracting, okay? I can't drive. It's like...
I don't know.
It's not like in real life where I can just roll down the windows
so
and,
we have neighbors that have very potent ethnic food that they make, and I don't know what it is.
Very potent.
I think they use a lot of, like, I don't know if it's ginger or, like, what is that thing?
That doesn't smell like
red,
ginger.
what is that really spicy? They use a lot of very spicy
Cayenne
things.
powder?
Yeah, something like that. It's permeating our entire apartment where it's, like, so spicy that you can smell it, and it's, like, getting in our...
Can I swap it with some iocane powder
start
for
making
them?
our eyes burn. No, Kwing, you have to be nice.
That would be nice.
So we were going crazy, and by the time we got done with that night, we were just wanting to go home and snuggle with our kitten who was tearing up our house.
Oh yeah, that's right. And our tink cam.
We were trying to get home, and then finally it was like, oh my gosh, Luke had to keep making up time, and going, you know, and Panther had to roar, and we had to go fast.
All right. I can tell this now.
You tell the story.
I mean,
now.
I got a little bit of headache, but I'm gonna do this, and I'm so going next door after this.
Work through the ethnic food.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
Work through it. Trade it.
Okay. So
work through the pain.
The trip lasted a wicked long time. It was, I was making great time. I should have been home three and a half hours tops. Even from Pennsylvania,
So
there was no traffic.
Basically, it took 4 hours more than it should have.
Yeah, so it was like a 7-hour trip.
We were in traffic sitting for 4 hours, yeah.
Right.
Okay,
so,
go ahead.
After all the crazy construction and all the parking lots that we had to sit through, and going from the right only to the left only for driving 35 miles for, very, very long time in just one lane.
It's painful to think about.
We come back to our state. We're 30 minutes from home. 30 minutes.
Yep.
And there's this place in Wareham that everybody knows is a speed trap. Now, I've gone this road probably millions of times, right? And there was never any problems. Like, I've always done the same speed limit there.
I always go 60 there.
Yeah,
Every time.
So, yeah. What I didn't do, the only thing that I didn't do different this time, because I was so tired and my Lion-O senses were dimmed because, I'd been driving so long. All the construction stuff has been driving me nuts.
Yep.
And I was not on the ball at all. So, I didn't slow down when the stoplights were on. But the stoplights were all green. And there was nobody around. It's, 3:15 in the morning, 3:10.
Something like that.
So I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to breeze through these lights, and there's not going to be any problems. And there's nobody else on the road, so I'm assuming when the cop pulls up behind me that, he needs to go to an emergency, right? And I know there's a car behind me because I can see the lights, but not the police lights. And then, as I'm starting to pull over to the side of the road, which, mind you, this place in Wareham, there's really no place to turn over, like to pull over on the side of the road. There's like this little guardrail, there's a little place to pull off, but not really. And we have a big car. We have a big car now, so it's not like it can just hug the side of the road like our little blue Autobot thing could,
Yeah.
So, I mean, when we're pulled over to the side of the road, people are gonna come by us wicked fast, and the car's gonna shake.
Yeah.
That's how dangerous this was. But I wanted to make sure that the vehicle behind us, because I was assuming it's an emergency vehicle, and they need to get to wherever they need to go.
Right.
And having that stuff in my family, like law enforcement in New York City, my grandfather's a retired police officer. I have EMTs who are cousins in New York, firefighters, all this other stuff. So, I've been brought up to respect this type of authority. But that night, my patience really got tested by a public official with a nightstick, But,
You know who you are.
Yeah,
I mean, please don't hurt us.
You know who you are, tiny forearms. Bald head.
But we respect you, but still are sad.
Yeah, well, my respect for that person might have diminished a little bit because he didn't really earn my respect, nor did he deserve it. But anyway,
so you pulled to the side of the road.
Pulled over to the side of the road because I thought the person had a 911 call and needed to go.
Yes.
And he turns on his lights behind us and then the siren. So I'm looking at Amber, and all of a sudden on the radio, we're listening to the Kirby soundtrack, so all of a sudden it starts playing like some really sad music, and I look at Amber and I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah, well, we weren't listening to the radio. We were listening to our iPod.
I'm doing my best to think with all this ethnic smell stuff. It's very hard to concentrate.
Yeah, they don't play Kirby music on the radio though, Luke.
No, I have a CD player thing.
Yeah. So we were listening to our own music. Okay. Anyway, yes.
Yes.
We will get to the point here.
All right. So we get pulled over, and the guy comes over, and like I said, I've always been taught to just not do anything to aggravate the officer if you ever get a ticket. And this was the first ever ticket in my life. Like,
no!
I've never gotten one at all.
Cue sad music now.
Yeah, cue, and the sad music came on. But he comes up to the window, and he's a tiny guy. We're in this huge SUV, you know, big. It's a Jeep Grand Cherokee 2014, brand new vehicle, and the officer is probably about 5'6", but he's a big buff dude. You know, he's got like these huge forearms, and you know, he walks up. You can see.
You really remember this details.
I remember the details of this.
Your first ticket.
He even had
You'll
sunglasses.
tell this story to your grandkids.
Yeah, he even had sunglasses at night. So I was like, okay, he gets points for being 80s cool. But at the same time, it was just like, oh man, maybe I'll get a warning or something. But as soon as he said, "Sir, do you know why I pulled you over?" And I said, I did not say this sarcastically, mind you. I don't know what snapped in this guy's head, but all I said, I think I was going 60 in a 50-mile-an-hour zone. And I don't know what happened after that. I don't know how I said it. I was tired. He was like, actually, it was 40. It's 45, and you were going 60.
I remember he said, actually, no. You were going, and then he was like, you were actually, no. It was 60 in a 45. And it was just
and then after that, it was like, we're getting a ticket.
It was just like, okay.
He's gunning for us.
Why was he so mean? Like, we asked him. Maybe he should have been like, no, officer, I don't know. I thought I was going 40. I don't know.
I don't think I could play the cute card with him. I don't think that would work out very well.
You could talk in your Mickey voice.
No, that would. I think he would think I was inebriated or something. Weird. I think that'd be bad.
No, I think you did everything you were supposed to do. You were so respectful.
I did.
And then he got really mad for no reason.
He got mad because he was like, you know what? This guy has a brand new car. I can't afford it. And I'm giving him a ticket because, like, my boss is coming down hard on me, and I need to fill my ticket quota. So this guy's getting a ticket.
Well, plus it was 3 in the morning.
It was 3 in the morning. The
guy is probably like waiting for someone to come by.
Yeah,
he's probably like, I need someone to give a ticket to.
I have the urge to ticket.
Then after that was the worst part.
Yeah, because he had us sitting there for 45 minutes.
We were literally there instead of getting home at 3, we got home at 4:30.
It was close to 5 in the morning, yeah.
It was terrible. Like, we were there for 45 minutes just sitting. Like, I was just so stressed. I was like, just like holding Luke's hand and just sitting staring ahead because I didn't want to say anything or anything. I was just like talking to him like, okay, everything's gonna be okay. And like, I was just like, okay, like, I don't know what's going on. And I don't know. It was just so awkward. It was most awkward 45 minutes. Awkwardest.
You're having a hard time concentrating with that smell too.
No, I'm not. I'm okay. I just smelled it just now.
Yeah, see. Take a whiff of that.
Peppery.
Peppery. I can't breathe.
Man, you have such a thing with smells. Oh my gosh, you're like a kitty.
Yeah, and I got the headache to prove it. But anyway, really eventually he comes back to the car and he's like, because I know I'm getting a ticket, and it's like I want to just keep being whatever. Yeah. Not to do.
And get it over with. Yeah. But it's like, why would he make us sit there for 40 minutes just to? Why wouldn't he just write us a ticket, and then just let us go?
I really wanted to be that guy for a minute though, because I guarantee you he was looking to see like what I had on my record, because my record was perfect.
You didn't have anything on your record.
Nothing. There one car accident where some idiot in 2004 T-boned me.
Yep.
And I got a ticket for that, but I never got a speeding ticket.
I am very impressed because I've actually been pulled over a couple times for speeding, but I've never gotten a ticket.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I think
because you're a girl.
I think it's because I'm a girl.
Yeah.
And I actually passed by a police officer today, and I was going quite more than I was supposed to
more.
be.
What is this quite more? How fast were you going?
I don't wanna.
How
I was
fast?
going 82.
Whoa!
60.
Speedy Gonzalez over here. Yeah.
I needed to get home.
You need to get home. Okay. Yep. License and registration. Pull you over to the side of the road.
How fast was I going? Was it 61?
No, I'm sorry. Step out of the vehicle, please. But no, that kind of. I wanted to prevent all that stuff from happening. So I told Amber, as long as we're calm,
Yeah,
as
we
long
were
as we're just sitting here,
and just like
you know.
talking like.
I actually
really
fell asleep for a little bit.
You fell asleep?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why I was
just sitting there
quiet.
talking and like to you like a little by little and praying a little bit. I was like, please, let us just. Actually, I didn't want the ticket. That didn't work out.
No, it didn't work out. Nope, the ticket
We got it anyway.
happened.
But it was sad what he made us. And then he was like, and then he gave us the ticket and he's like, just take it easy out there, guys. And it was just like, okay, we
Why didn't
weren't-
you just say that at the
What
beginning?
did you mean
We're
take
just
it
trying-
easy? Like
He didn't even ask us where we were going. He just the only things he asked was license and registration. Do you know how fast you were going? And when I asked him one question before the end, I was like, so, sir, where do I need to go to pay this ticket? Because I want to get it paid as soon as possible. He was like, the instructions are on the citation. And I'm just like, all right, this guy's a jerk. Okay?
It was just so mean.
Let's go. Queensberry rules. You
Yeah.
know, I'm just like, all right,
Maybe
my
if you-
patience is being tested.
Maybe if you compliment his sunglasses.
I
But like,
I
if
was
you
about
think about it,
to compliment his glowing, bald head.
no. But if you think about it,
Do you use turtle wax, sir? I think that's
No.
I can kind of see myself there. You got a little smudge right there.
no. But if you think about it, Luke, you had been up for like, I mean, we really needed to get home. Like, we should have really. I mean, we left at 12 that day, and then we drove for 2 hours, and then we were in Pennsylvania, and then we had to drive for 5.5 hours home. Like, it was terrible. It's horrible. Actually, it might have been more like 6 hours.
It was pretty bad.
If you included the officer. I mean, it was 5.5 hours of driving from Pennsylvania, but
And if you count all the times that we were parking lot, like
no,
on the side of the
I
road.
counted. That included the 5.5 hours.
Okay.
We would have been home in 3 hours, but it was like took us 3 hours more. So it didn't take us 4 hours more than we were supposed to. It probably took us 3 hours more. We were sitting in a parking lot for 3 hours basically,
Yeah, that's not
and
fun.
3 hours of driving.
Parking lots.
Panthro tried to make up for it.
Panthro tried,
Yeah,
and
we're
then
trying to name our car
on his
Panthro.
well, because it really it's fun to drive with the Thundercat soundtrack. But
It was so sad. And then when we turned our we got the ticket, and then you like showed it to me, and I was like, sadness. And then like,
the sad
and then
Kirby
you turned
theme.
the car on, and it was like playing this really slow, like sad Kirby music, like cute but sad. And then we drove away
We
slowly.
drove away slowly, and then it was like something out of a cartoon or something. And
terrible.
remember, he stayed behind us.
I know.
He stayed behind us for like 10 minutes, and
Oh
I'm
my
here. I'm going
God.
like grandma speeds. I'm like
You're
going
going
38 in a brand new car, and I have people passing me, and he does nothing. And I'm just thinking, what the heck, man? What
He
the
was
heck?
out for blood for you.
Yeah.
And remember when we were stopped by the side of the road? You had people, like, I think some people were going like 80 miles
Oh
an
yeah,
hour.
because we're barely pulled up. I'll show you what. This is basically how we were pulled over.
Semi go by us.
We were pulled over
Like-
like this. There's no white line like where we are, and a semi comes, and then the car just like shakes.
Our car was shaking every time, like somebody, and there were cars. There were like red cars. Must have been going 75.
Of course.
And that was a 45 mile
They
zone.
sent another. He called another cop though, and he went after the other guys. Remember I said, oh, they called in another guy. And he went
Yeah.
after them without the lights, and he did the same. I don't know what it is about that police department, but they like to do the
They're
sneaky thing where
creepy.
they follow. Well, our friend Zach always gets a ticket on that road.
They're so shady.
He always gets a ticket.
Come on.
I don't know
Be
what it
nice,
is,
guys.
but that road is just evil.
Maybe they need more money in their department, so they just go after people.
Well, my grandfather's precinct, I mean, they only had a patrol officer, they had 2 beat cops, 1 sergeant, 1 detective, and a police chief
Yeah.
for like 15 years. So there are some precincts that only have about like 6 or 7 people.
Yeah.
Very possible that area, I mean, I didn't see if he was a state police officer. I didn't see if.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was a state officer or if he was like local. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I am just glad that I mean, I don't know. I kind of felt like he was baiting us, like, to
Of course.
sit there.
Of course, he wanted something to happen. I
Like,
know he did.
why would he want us to get in trouble? Like, what is his problem? Why wouldn't he want citizens to just
Citizens
go
on
on their
patrol.
way, like, and be nice? Why would he want to force someone to do something wrong? Like, what? It's like he wanted us to get out of the car and ask him if everything was okay. Like, we were there for 40 minutes just sitting in the dark. It was so awkward.
Oh, and then
I thought
he did.
Bigfoot
he
was
did,
gonna come and
yeah,
get me or something.
He did something because our car, like, without you pressing a button, like all the lights and navigation gear do not turn on. So Amber and I are sitting there.
Yeah, our
it's
car
been
was
about
off.
20 minutes that our car was
Yeah,
off.
It was off.
It came back on for like a few
We did
seconds
not turn it off.
when he hit a button because his blue lights and like something scanned our car, like something out of the Matrix or something. He did something, and our car
Yeah,
turned on for a
he's
second,
Agent
and then it
Smith.
immediately turned off.
We got pulled over by Agent Smith.
I really think that he was checking to see if we had a police scanner, like to see, like he wanted to nail us with something.
Yeah, but why? Why would you be so mean like that?
Everybody has bad days. It was that freaky moon night, remember?
Yeah, I don't know if that moon was just for us.
It was a troll moon. Ow.
No. But I don't even know if you want to rant about the other thing now. I feel so sad
No,
after that.
I don't. Well, I mean, the other
Luke's
thing.
had other ranting.
I've had other things. I had a portable hard drive die, and before people are like, why don't you back up your stuff? It's like I back up my stuff every 3 to 6 months, and I haven't had time to do that because it takes several hours. So I was actually literally getting ready to do the backup. I plugged in my big, like 4 terabyte or 3 terabyte like Western Digital plug-in drive. I don't know what you call those things, but it's massive.
Terabyte, I think.
I'm
sorry.
They're
I said it
different
wrong.
names of the hard
I'm
drives.
sorry.
The ones
Yeah,
that
yeah,
plug
yeah,
in have
yeah.
different names
Yeah,
than the
yeah,
USB portable thing.
Yeah, I don't know those.
But I took the portable hard drive that we've been using from Grandma and Grandpa's
Yeah.
and other things.
Yeah.
And I noticed there was some slight issues with it. I was driving down the wrong side of the road.
Oops.
One of the issues was when I plugged it in, because I was trying to get off our Lego Batman stuff, because we recorded Lego Batman when we were down there.
Yeah.
Or up in New York, however you want to phrase that. We were there, and I'm here and I'm trying to get the Lego Batman stuff off, and the drive says we can't read this. Would you like to repair the drive? Sometimes when you put your USB drive in, your computer gives you that option so it can recalibrate it so it can read it. So I did
Yeah.
that thinking, okay, this is great, and then I did that because it wasn't reading it before. It was like making like a clicking noise, like click, 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 click,
Yeah.
whatever. And I was just kind of like, okay, it's not doing the clicking. I can read the drive. That's great. So I went to pull off the Lego Batman folder, which is only 5 gig. It's like 3 episodes, whatever.
Right.
I put it onto the my video section or whatever folder I was trying to, and it said 1%, 2%. It was going as slow as like old computers from the 90s, like the percentage. And I'm just thinking, what the heck? You know, this isn't right. So then, you know, I stopped the process because no way is that ever gonna, you know, it never changed. After 20 minutes, it never said anything other than 2%.
Oh, wow.
You know, it was frozen.
No.
So I went to the setting on the hard drive where you can like safely unplug it. Like, you know, you click on the taskbar or whatever it says, would you like to unhook this device or whatever. So I clicked that, and then when I tried to use a hard drive on anything else, it didn't open. I tried different cables, I did everything, and I was freaking out because this hard drive has everything that we've done. Both all my scripts, it's got my review planning, it's got my review clips, it's got everything that I pulled off hard drives and other things that I've been using when I go on vacation, everything. It's like my portable little back computer. You know, it's very important to my work. And it's completely dead. And I was freaking out. So Amber came home. Whoops. Amber came home and
It's making you it's making you mess up just talking about it.
yeah, this is kind of weird. All right.
Poor
Damage
Kwing.
critical. Damage critical.
Damage critical to Kwing and his work.
It's work. So yeah, the hard drive got totally, you know, wrecked. It has all my stuff, and everybody's trying to give me advice about how to fix it and things like that.
We're gonna send it to
on my
somebody.
social feeds. I went over to my dad's thing today, and he was like, he couldn't fix it. He was like, well, Linux usually fixes everything, and he tried the different cables and all this other fun stuff. and it didn't work. So now it's like, I'm going to have to send it away to try to get the data off it, but it's going to cost a lot of money to do it.
If you guys are like, oh, you guys have been, Kwing and KY, if you guys have been lazy or not doing videos, we had them. We just ran into major issues, and we have to redo some of them now.
I have what's known as the devil's luck when it comes to technology.
Sad. I don't know why it did that. It's so sad. It was being mean. It's like everything's going wrong this week with the ticket and then that.
Not getting Disney Infinity early.
I know, we were supposed to get Disney Infinity yesterday. It was just like, or what other day?
We were supposed to get it Thursday.
Yeah. Everyone else has it?
No, only a couple people, but still. But it's kind of funny because Rob, he didn't get his Disney Infinity last year, like until a week after it came out. So
sadness.
But thankfully, I mean, we have it reserved on
I'm glad
Amazon.
that he got it though. We like Rob. He's awesome.
I'm glad he's having a blast with the game.
Yeah.
But you know, it's been an off week for me, but I'm gonna be bouncing back. I have some cool things coming that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I am going to do a more detailed video and, you know, give props to the artist and all that other stuff, but cool things are happening. I've not forgotten about this channel, and, you know, not Disney Infinity.
Maybe
Destiny's coming back, and...
Yeah, Destiny and EDF. Hopefully.
EDF, you know, lots of filler stuff, Batman vids, all kinds of fun stuff.
I want to do more Batman.
So just, you know, keep it locked here, and the Kwings Let's Play channel is definitely going to surpass this channel. There's nothing we can do about that.
Maybe some gaming with the Kwings on this channel.
Yeah, maybe some gaming with the Kwings channel. But anyway, folks, I'm totally spent. I cannot concentrate anymore. That ethnic, whatever that smell is just like driving me to the brink. My eyes are watering. But I was a trooper. I tried to do this. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch.
Work through the spices.
Work through it. Can't breathe. Ugh, I miss our old neighbors. They were so quiet.
Yeah.
And not make weird smell food. But thanks so much for taking the time to watch, ladies and gentlemen. This podcast was more about life and stuff than, you know, what I've got going on. But hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the new audio setup that we have, and also the mixtape that was playing during this episode. So
nice.
Have a fantastic one. I'll see you guys next time when I have something to rant about. The traffic vlog that we were talking about, we'll try to upload before Tuesday on Amber's channel. You can go there and watch it and see me freak out. It's pretty funny. It is not the ticket incident, because we did not do anything when we were getting the ticket. Just so you know, that would have been,
Actually, I don't think that's allowed.
It's not.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it probably is, but I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it. But yeah,
might make it matter.
If that's even possible. But I hope you guys have kind of, you know, enjoyed yourselves. Wow, I'm at rank 15. I didn't realize that.
Hey.
And I'll see you guys later this week with something on this channel. And just keep an eye out for the changes, and let me know what you think about them. Starting with this thumbnail. Do you like this thumbnail? Let me know in the comments below. God bless. Happy gaming. Peace out. I'm done.
See ya.